Welcome in, Fanto. We are finally here in 2022 with our first episode of the Rockiest podcast. How are you feeling right now?
Girl, I'm feeling ecstatic. I've been so nervous about this, but I'm so hyped for us.
It's going to be a good year. I can feel it now. We are ready to do this.
Yeah.
On today's episode, we have a lot in store for you guys today. Surrounding the gaming community and all that it has to offer. First off, we're going to start with talking about the first 3 months in 2022 and the games that are coming with it. Let's first talk about Dark Souls, which is coming out on January 19th.
Yeah. So actually it's gonna be a huge mod that's dropping. It's called Nightfall. And it's supposed to be this huge project that they've been putting together, and that it's gonna be just a whole other story for Dark Souls. So
I agree.
I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with that, what they're gonna do, what does they do with the story. So yeah, it's
I
exciting.
agree. Next up, we have Rainbow Six Extraction that comes out on January 20th, which I'm very excited to see what they have coming for us.
Yeah, well, especially the fact that it's gonna be a one to three co-op PVE. As you know, we both have played Siege, so it's exciting to kind of get to see a new aspect for what Rainbow Six is gonna drop for us.
Agreed. And I'm gonna be honest, Rainbow Six is a hard game for me to learn. It is a difficult game with the movements and the play that players are bringing to it. But I am excited to see what this game is bringing to the table. For our next game, January 28th is bringing us Pokemon Legends Arceus. So let's talk about that for a little bit. That is coming out only to the Switch. So be on the lookout for that. It is an action RPG from Game Freak and TPCI for Nintendo Switch. On this game, you guys can expect to survey, catch, and research wild Pokemon in a long gone era of Sinnoh to complete the first Pokédex. I know personally I am excited for that like need for catching the the next creature that you can find and see what the next evolution stage is for your creatures, and of course with our co-op and online gaming in Pokemon, just over leveling your team enough to overthrow the next gym leader. What are your thoughts on this Pokemon that's coming out?
So yeah, I'm really excited to see. I've been a huge Pokemon fan. I actually grew up on Red and Blue, and so I'm really excited to see what this new Pokemon is. I don't have a Switch, sadly, so I won't get to enjoy this yet. But it's cool that they're going to be dropping some stuff involving. I think they're actually doing a little bit more open world with this one.
100% I agree, and I think that's what Pokemon users love in general is that open world concept.
Well, that I think it's fun getting the diversity of the different types of Pokemon, seeing the different ones from different generations, and just kind of getting to build your own little powerhouse.
For sure, for sure. Our next game that is coming to us also on January 28th is Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. Let's talk a little bit
Ooh,
about that because we know that we're getting a game, but we're also getting the movie. It's going to
yeah.
be huge.
So, and not only that, but the movie's gonna have our boy Tom Holland
Love that. Love
and
that
Mark
boy.
Wahlberg.
Pairing those two together in a movie, it's going to be a great movie and it's going to be a great experience and rise in the box office for sure.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice because they have that dropping, and while they have the movie dropping, we're getting that huge Uncharted game that's coming out.
Yes.
So, and another one of those. It's another classic PlayStation game that's been out since PlayStation 3, and I've always enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see what the movie's going to produce. I'm excited to see what we're going to get with all these games. So, hell
I'm
yeah.
I'm very excited for this it's literally the first month of January, and we have a lot of great names dropping. Moving on to the month of February, we have on February 1st, Life is Strange Remastered is coming into us. Currently, as of right now, Life is Strange Episode 1 is free on Steam, so everybody is able to play it and kind of get that experience. You are able to go onto Steam right now and purchase episodes 1 through 5 for, I believe, about $20. So we're just going to have to continue waiting for those next episodes to come out. But it should not be far too long ahead of us before those come out. Um, so this one is going to be an interesting game for sure. The plot is focusing on Max Caulfield, who is an 18-year-old photography student who discovers that she has the ability to rewind time at any given moment.
Ooh,
It's going to
ooh.
be a good one, and I think it's cool to see a game where your actions depict the entire game, because we don't really see a lot of those games where you are the one in charge, and not everybody's game is going to be the same, which I genuinely love from a game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I enjoy any kind of a game where you get to kind of choose the ending. Like, you determine what happens with smaller choices throughout the game. Like, that has always been a huge seller for me when it comes to buying a game.
For sure, for sure. In this game, your actions adjust the narrative as it unfolds and reshapes it once you're allowed to travel back in time. And for me personally, I'm very indecisive, and I love a game where if I make a mistake, I'm able to go back in time and recorrect that and change the rest of the game for myself. And I think that's a great aspect for this.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree with that. I mean, it's like you were saying, it's those kind of games that really can sell a person when they get to choose every little thing that happens. So,
For sure, for sure. Next up, we have Dying Light to Stay Human, coming
ooh,
February 4th.
whoa. Okay, so that one I'm super hyped about actually. So I played Dying Light when it first came out, and I enjoyed the parkour. I enjoyed the climbing, the fighting system, like the open world exploring at night. The enemies got harder. There was like super zombies that were running around. Like it was a great, great game, and we've been waiting a long time for this Dying Light too. Actually,
Yes, sir, we have. Let's talk a little bit about the content that's coming into Dying Light.
okay. So I was reading and I saw that we are getting 500 hours. 500 hours, people,
Whew.
of content that they're going to be making between exploring. They're saying it's going to be 80 hours just between the main story and the side quests, but 500 hours just for the entire game of exploring it, finding everything, doing everything. Like,
That's a lot of
absolutely
hours.
incredible.
A lot of hours. One thing I do want to kind of talk on about Dying Light is the issue that might come about from it is having no crossplay. What are your thoughts on that?
So that I'm looking forward to because I enjoy crossplay, but I feel like everything's starting to go crossplay, and so for the first time, we won't have to be. I don't know. I'm just kind of excited to see a game coming out that isn't gonna be crossplay.
For sure, for sure. I think it gives a different depth to the game and something that a lot of our games right now do not actually have. So I think that's a great concept to add in. Another game that is coming out in February, towards the end of February, is February 25th. Elden Ring is coming out.
Now that is the game that I think. I really think that's gonna take Game of the Year this year. Honestly,
Okay, okay.
it's so From Software, the people who've made all the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, all these fantastic games, Sekiro, they are some of the best games that came out. They actually started their own, what would you call it? Like their own like type of game,
Hmm.
and with the customization, the game it is a very punishing game.
So
If you
I've
act too
heard.
greedy, if you act too greedy, you'll get punished. If you if you're scared to attack a boss, you'll get punished. Like you kind of have to learn the play style to really to get into it. So
For sure,
it's
for
very
sure.
exciting.
So, would you say that this is kind of more of a dark game that's coming into the gaming community?
So I think what this game is I think every person who has been waiting for like a new Dark Souls game is getting a new one, but it's not an actual like part of the Dark Souls story.
Okay, okay.
And so what's nice is the graphics look incredible. And Abby, I don't know if this is saying something, but this game has already been winning awards before it's even been released yet.
We love to see that.
That's a huge thing.
For sure, for sure. It can only be promising from here, and I'm very excited to see what that game is going to put out for us.
True, true.
So for the month of March, a huge game is coming out. March 4th, GTA 5 Remastered is coming to us. And I know
Oh,
throughout the gaming community we have a lot of controversy going on with GTA 5 and GTA in general. But this game was showcased at PlayStation, and they actually confirmed that it was coming this March. It had been put off for several months, actually. Um, they are saying it has a range of technical improvements, visual upgrades, and performance enhancements. The CEO of Rockstar and GTA 5, he's saying that he's confident that this will deliver a strong experience for players. So, what are your thoughts on that?
so I really like the idea that GTA is coming to the next platform for sure. I've always enjoyed just the endless hours of just running around, getting stars and getting the cops chasing you, and then the army, and then defending yourself, or running around with your friends and just causing havoc in Los Santos. And now that they've added nightclubs, you can buy heavy artillery. I mean, it's cool, but I'm going to be the one to say it. Rockstar, we want to see a new GTA.
I 100% agree with you. I myself, I've been playing GTA for as long as I can remember. I was in middle school and I was a menace out on those streets. I was creating havoc. I was talking crap to other players. Like I was there for the game, and I'm in the same boat as you. I'm ready to see a new kind of game from GTA, and I know we had talked about it a little bit. But I want to see like a new map with different places that we can go to, kind of like a Vice City and what are we looking at? We're looking
So
at
you're wanting to see a mixture of like Vice City, Los Santos, Liberty City, maybe because we in San Andreas we had San Fierro and we had I can't think of the other one, but yeah, I mean we have 5 maps that they can make one humongous game out of.
I think that would be such a strong move for Rockstar Gaming and GTA 5 in general. I mean, just think about it. You got a bounty on your head. They're coming for you. Let me just hop in this boat and go to the next island over. Let me go to the next city. I think that would be absolutely huge for a GTA 5, for just a GTA game in general.
Well, and that's it. Is we want to see what's next. Like when GTA 5 came out, that was a huge step up for Rockstar for their gaming.
For sure.
And they definitely have put themselves on a high platform. And now we're all wanting to see that next step, that next big thing.
For sure, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about the story portion of GTA 5 because I know you're a very big player of the story portion.
Yeah, so I'm a huge story. If you put a good story into a game, I'm gonna buy it.
For
And
sure.
with GTA, when they decided to do 3 protagonists, so you got to play as Franklin, Trevor, and Michael, and they all have their own separate lives. And when you would jump from one to another, they're always doing something different.
For
Like
sure.
it's stuff like that that really sells a game. And for me, if they come out with GTA 6 in the next couple of years, which Rockstar, please, I'm really hoping that we're gonna see something that we can have another crazy big story like that with different characters doing their own things, getting involved in crimes or doing heists or doing jobs, seeing their families interacting with them, them all having their own lifestyles. Like I want to see more of that.
For sure, for sure. I know that it has been rumored that for our next GTA game, we will have a female antagonist. What do you think about that?
Ooh. So that'll be nice to see. For the first time, we'll be seeing a main character that's a female in the GTA series.
I personally would love to see it. You don't see a lot of female antagonists in games in general as the main character, and I think it's about time that we put a female as the main character, and like that's gonna be one bad bitch, Fanto. Let
It
that be known.
is. But I would also, or what if they decided to take our guys from the original main characters from Vice City and Liberty City? Because you realize those were made back, those were set to be like in the 70s and the 60s and whatnot. Take those. Why don't we see a grandkid?
Ooh,
Like a bloodline of Vic Vance or Tony. Like let's see a grandkid from them that lives the legend and kind of see what's happened in the past 30, 40 years leading up into where they're at now in Vice City.
for sure, for sure. A bloodline of mobsters. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, so next in March for our last game that we will be talking about, March 25th, we have Tiny Tina's Wonderland. What do you have to say about
Ooh.
that, Fanto?
Another great game that's gonna have an amazing story. So to all the people out here who listen, Tiny Tina's Wonderland is gonna be an off branch from the Borderlands games. So it's gonna still have that wacky, crazy fun, but this time it's gonna have dragons. They're gonna have melee weapons. They're gonna be dropping character customization for the first time you get to create a character. And the fact of the matter is, you're gonna still have the crazy guns. You're gonna have the crazy animations, the amazing pixel design that they've done with all the drawings for it. So me, I'm super hyped. I can tell you right now, Abby, that when that game drops, I'm probably gonna be putting in a couple of hours into it easily.
Oh, for sure. It sounds like a great game that's coming to the gaming community, kind of that futuristic but medieval kind of taste. What would you say
Yeah,
about that?
I would say it's gonna have that nice shooter, that goofy shooting, but it's also gonna have that fun dragon slaying.
For sure, for sure. So next we are going to be talking about a very controversial topic in the gaming community, and we're going to be talking about Call of Duty versus our new game of 2021, Halo Infinite.
Okay, okay.
I am very excited to talk about this because we've heard a lot from a lot of different gamers, a lot of different resources that we've seen. It is quite the controversy. Of course, this past year we had Caldera drop into Warzone in Call of Duty. What are your thoughts on Caldera?
So with Caldera, I think I was a huge fan of Verdansk.
Okay.
I loved it when it dropped with Modern Warfare. It was a great Warzone map. That map's been played on by so many people. You've had different themes. You've had the Halloween setups where they had the zombies, like all the guns, all the just the fun mysteries when they blew the stadium up, the train that was running.
Oof. Oof.
It was great. And so with that, I enjoyed Call of Duty, but I feel like Warzone got too much. It became too much
For sure.
because you had all these guys that were running in there. You had aimbot, and honestly, I suck. I suck at shooters. So for me, Warzone was just, it was a little too hard for me.
For sure, for sure. A lot of the gaming community is saying that we have graphics issues. We still have bugs in Caldera. We still have the bug with the guns filling up our entire FOV. Um, we always have the issue in Call of Duty of the pay to win weapons and perks. Another huge issue that we also have in Call of Duty is the anti cheat. It has been far too long since Verdansk and Caldera has been out, and we still do not have an anti cheat. What are your thoughts on that?
So that's kind of another, to go back to that. With, I don't know, like the whole aimbot system, and like, from some of the bigger streamers that I watch, they watch these guys that are out there with aimbot, and they're picking up, easy 10 plus kills. And yet we're still dealing with this situation with COD.
For sure, for sure. I mean, you hear it a lot of the time from our big Twitch streamers like Tim the Tatman, Nick Merckx. We even have
Courage,
Courage.
good shot.
And they are constantly talking about how they have lost that love for the game due to the cheating in these battle royales, and Call of Duty just hasn't addressed it and hasn't fixed it, which travels over to your smaller gamers and your gamers in general, where we are losing the love for that battle royale feeling. Um, and something's got to happen. Something's got to change.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of these people like grew up playing that.
Hmm.
Were super hyped about Warzone, the big battle royal, because Fortnite really kind of set that off for all of us.
For sure.
And so now that we are in the process of trying to get caught up, and with the cheating and everything else, like, people have left to go back to playing PUBG, Fortnite, even our one of our newer releases too, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes. But all of that, Caldera has been getting a lot of hate too.
For sure, for sure. I know that Call of Duty in the past has kind of been chasing after that futuristic feel, and we saw that in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Um, and I myself, I love all of the Black Ops games. They're so great, and I think what us gamers are kind of looking for um in our shooting games, in our first person shooter games, we're looking for that more realistic feel, as if we are in the war zone instead of that futuristic kind of feel. What do you have to say about that?
So I was a huge fan of Advanced Warfare.
Hmm.
I enjoyed the exosuit, the jumping. I enjoyed it. I honestly thought it was a pretty good Call of Duty.
For sure.
Uh, I mean, if I had to pick, I'll always be a Black Ops 4 kind of player. I love Blackout. I loved how it had somewhat of a futuristic, but it wasn't. And games like Infinite Warfare, whew, that was like the futuristic Vanguard, in my opinion. But and I mean, oh, it's just hard to explain. Like, with all of that, I don't know. I'm just not a big futuristic kind of player. So
Okay,
like,
for sure.
if they kept it modern or go back to the retro shooting,
Hmm.
fighting, I mean, I'm all about that. I just stop with the futuristic guns. That's what's driving the
For
fan
sure.
base away.
For sure. There is also rumored for Call of Duty 2022 to arrive early due to poor Vanguard sales. I know, I mean, everybody knows Vanguard was a dud. The sales were not there. They were not expected the way that everybody else had expected them. The game just did not meet gamers' expectations. What do you have to say about that?
So I haven't played Vanguard. The last Call of Duty I played was Cold War. Sorry, wow. And with Cold War, like I said, I was a huge Black Ops fan,
Hmm.
and then playing Cold War really just kind of ruined it for me. So
Hmm.
with Vanguard, I've heard a lot of bad things about it. I know that when it dropped, there was the situation with the shotguns that they were needing to be nerfed because people were picking up outrageous amount of kills though because it was a one shot. So I can't really say, but for me, I'm it's a no go for Vanguard for me.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Now onto some more positive notes. Halo Infinite. I arguably could be one of the greatest games of the year. Um, this game has exceeded everybody's expectations. Let's start off with the multiplayer being free and how
Yeah.
big that is for a game.
So as for a Microsoft guy, Halo was one of the biggest titles that hit when Xbox first came out. And then as it's grown, Halo even blew up into a big esports game now.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were talking about Halo Infinite, everyone was excited to see a new Halo dropping. But when they announced that they were going to make it a free multiplayer game, I really think that was a huge step. Like that was a big thing because everyone wants to play Halo, and now that it's a free game to play, like you're that's selling it so much.
For sure. I 100% agree with that. We also need to talk about the season pass in Halo. It is available until May. We have several months to complete that battle pass, and we also get things here and there that are even free if you are not purchasing the battle pass. Um, what are your thoughts on that?
So I love the fact that with the season pass, it's so I'm gonna be a nerd for a second here. I have been a huge Halo fan. It's probably one of the few games I grew up playing on, and the fact that the first season we got is it's a shrine to Noble Team from Halo Reach. You get to see Carter, you can see June, George, Emil, all of these hard asses that were on the best squad ever on Reach, and you get to unlock these skins. You get to unlock body plates and stuff that you can interswap out.
Mhm.
Season pass, the fact that it doesn't expire till May. That's incredible because most of these season passes nowadays are like 60 days and that's it, 45 to
Yep.
60. The
Yep.
fact that this thing is literally 4 or 5 months since it dropped
Mm.
gives you all that time. And like you were saying, we have the Cyber Showdown, which is coming. I think it was what January 16th,
January 18th.
January 18th. You're getting the Cyber Showdown, which is another little thing for you to earn all these like special parts and stuff for your Spartan and the Samurai that just dropped. On top of that, you've got just all the unique equipment, the double XPs that you can grab, the instant level ups. Like I said, I'm a huge, huge Halo fan, and the fact that they did the season pass like this, it makes it really worth the $10 that you're spending on the season pass.
100%. I completely agree. The graphics in Halo Infinite, let's talk about that for a minute. They are absolutely stunning.
They
Absolutely.
are, and so it's like with the graphics, the multiplayer is great. I'm excited. I want to see more maps being dropped because the graphics are incredible right now, and they're only going to get better from here. With the story, the graphics are beautiful for the campaign.
Hmm.
Also, which in May we're getting the co-op, so you can play that with your friends on the campaign.
Yes. I
So
think I think this game in general is a big hit for gaming this year.
it is. Well, it's a major title that they released the multi for free, and I don't know if it's true. I've heard here and there. I heard that Bungie may be thinking about doing a battle royal for Halo 2.
Ooh, that would be very different battle royale, which would be very interesting to see how they execute that.
Well, yeah, I mean, to see that, I would love to see 100 other Spartans in a map battling it out for who's the best. And
For
on
sure.
top of it, I wanted to bring up real fast that it's exciting to see that we have esports skins for the Spartans. By the way,
100% because Halo, especially right now, is so big in the esports kind of realm. And I think it's great to see that we're kind of able to get that part of esports and bring that into our own gaming.
yeah, of course, and it's super exciting to get to see what Halo is going to do in the next couple of years with esports, especially with the HCS and with Envy. Optic is taking over Envy's team for the HCS, so I'm super excited to see what that's going to be. So yeah, no, I mean Halo, I think definitely dropped at the right time. It dropped right by Christmas, so everybody had the time off to play.
Hmm.
And on top of it, it's blowing up. It's a free game to play. It's a W, honestly.
For sure, for sure. So right now we're actually going to take a slight little turn, and we're going to talk about our organization, 300 Horizon. Um,
Oh,
Fanto, to get this started off, how did you first get affiliated in 300 Horizon?
so with 300 Horizon, I actually found them on eFuse, and I was looking for a team because I wanted to find a team to play for. And when I seen these guys on there, I was like, okay, I'll drop an application. We'll just go from there. We'll see what happens. And I hadn't heard back at first, and I was like, oh man, they look past me. Well, it was a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was about a little bit over a month now. I got a request on Discord from one of our great managers, Mr. CCat, and he was talking to me about an interview and whatnot. And then our actual one of our owners, shout out to them, Logic and Noisy. Logic did my interview, brought me in, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna send you this, sign it, and let's get you on this team." And I can tell you, 300H has been wonderful. All the members in here so far. My lovely co-host, Miss Krabby Abby, I met her through there. We have
She
amazing
did,
owners. Our great mod, some of our awesome teammates that have come into the streams to come hang out.
for sure, for sure.
But what about you, Abby? What's your story?
You and I kind of had the same upbringing into 300 Horizon. I had also found them on eFuse, and originally I had applied to be just a casual player because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna go for it with the casual player. I had also met with CCat, and he actually did my interview to um, be part of 300 Horizon, and during our interview, he had actually mentioned to me that he would think that a content creator would be better suiting for me. And I obviously took it, and I could not be more happy to be a part of this organization. And the growth that we have already experienced in what only the month that we've been in here, it's incredible, and it's going to be incredible to see where we kind of go in 2022. I would also like to talk a little bit about our comp teams that 300 Horizon has. We have a Halo and a COD team currently. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we've got our boys who are competing on the Halo squad. We got our Call of Duty team. We actually have a Fortnite duo, don't we?
We do, yes. And I believe they actually just won part of the qualifiers for the last cup that Fortnite was hosting, so they will be moving on further through that
Nice.
qualification. Um, but yeah, we have a couple of teams, and we are looking to expand into other gaming areas. Um, I hope to see a couple more teams, maybe for Valorant, for Fortnite, for Apex,
Maybe
just a
Rocket
couple of
League too.
maybe Rocket League as well, just a couple of those bigger named games, um, because I do know that a lot of our comp players actually do play on controller, and I would love to see a Val team come from 300 Horizon to see who's the best of the best out of our mouse and keyboard players. Um, but yeah, we are on the rise, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, no, and I'm really just hyped to see what 300H is going to be doing in the next couple of years as an organization. I mean, we have great owners, great mods, great managers. It's a hell of an organization to be a part of, and I'm super hyped to be with it.
For sure, for sure. We just actually had our website remade and it's looking absolutely beautiful.
Yes, it is.
We have some brand new merch on there, which includes
Ooh.
like a windbreaker, some hoodies, a crew neck, shirts, beanies. Um, so we are repping um 300H and I am very excited for our name to get out there and for us to grow more.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I like the merch. The windbreaker that we just got was an absolute hitter. The
It's
beanies,
cold. It's cold. Woo!
the hoodies, we got the sweaters. I mean, the hats, the shirts. We got all the nice merch, and I'm excited to get a hold of some of that merch so I can wear it live on Twitch and kind of just showcase the best team out there. So,
For sure, for sure. So as we have already started into 2022, we are about halfway through the first month of 2022. What are some things in general that you're hoping to get out of 2022, Fanto?
so I'm hoping currently to continue with my career as a streamer with Twitch. I'm hoping maybe by the end of 2022 I'll get close to maybe getting partner. If not, get my partner position. To grow as a streamer, to make more content for 300H, to be doing this lovely podcast. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to do with it, but I'm really excited to kind of just take off and hopefully help make 300H's name bigger and blow Fanto up. So,
For sure, for sure. Um, what are some things that both of us are hoping for in 2022 for the gaming community in general?
well, so before we continue there, Miss Abby, what about you? What is your goals for 2022 as a streamer? I know you're all
Oh,
excited to get into the next subject, but let's talk about you. What are you excited about?
For myself as a streamer, I think both of us collectively would like to get on that grind for the partner on Twitch. I just, for me personally, I want to get better as a gamer. I want to get better when I play Val, because that is kind of mostly the game that I go to stream. I just want to be able to create better content for viewers, and I want to be able to have a stream where people can feel comfortable to just kind of just kick back, relax, and watch some average gaming going on, but also have a good time as well. So I just kind of want to cater more to my viewers and um, make sure that they're my top priority.
Yeah, no, of course, and that's exciting. With you, you're growing, you're up and coming, you're doing great, and I'm really excited to see what you're going to do in 2022 as a content creator.
As for you as well, my friend.
Well, thank
Um,
you.
for the gaming community in general, what are we kind of hoping for out of that in 2022?
Oh man, I guess I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, Abby. AAA platforms, stop selling us alphas. I'm tired of buying a $60 alpha. I not only that, but I don't know. I'm hoping to see. I'm really want to see what indie games these indie companies start putting out more. I've been leaning a little bit more towards them now with my content. Not only that, but I mean, like we were talking about earlier with Call of Duty, if Modern Warfare 2 drops, like I'm really kind of excited to see what's going to happen with that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I'm hoping to see what we're going to be doing with gaming here and what games are going to be coming out. And yeah, and that's all I can really think of.
For sure, for sure. I agree with you. I think the gaming community has a lot to grow in 2022. I think solely we should focus on our games from 2021 like Call of Duty, like Halo when they released. Just like keep building off of that and keep creating the games that gamers want from these producers of the games.
For
Um,
sure.
yes. So, Phantom, I'm going to turn it over to you. to
Okay.
kind of guide the rest of this podcast.
Okay. So with that, I kind of want to go and let you guys kind of know us more on a personal base. I feel like as brand new podcast members, I kind of want you guys to know who Fanto and who Abby are. And so with that, Abby, first question is, what do you prefer for your streaming stuff, for your equipment, like your headphones, your keyboard, your mouse? Like, what brand are you going with immediately?
So for my keyboard and my mouse, my keyboard I currently run Razer. My headset I currently run Razer as well. I don't even want to talk about my mouse because you can't even find it on Amazon anymore. It's really quite sad. So I'm currently on the look for a new mouse. Um, I do love my Razer headset. It's been through a whole lot with me. It's been through my console with me, and now it's onto the PC. Um, but I don't know. I might change it up. I might look at Logitech. I might look at Astra's. Like, I've got a lot of different options, but this one has been doing me well. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm really only in it for the colors. If it has lots of colors and lots of changing colors, I'm there for it.
So
Um,
you like the RGB setting
yes,
and things.
yes.
That's fair.
For my monitors, I always run an Asus monitor. For both of them, they have not done me wrong. The graphics are great. And then kind of over to my PC, I am running an HP Omen PC. It has done me well so far. You know, it has its hiccups here and there. But overall, for a beginning streamer, my setup is pretty nice. What about you, Fanto?
So I'm running a Razer mouse. I mean, a Razer keyboard. I'm running a Logitech mouse, and my preferred two for headsets and controllers though is I'm gonna have to go with my boys over at Astro. You know, they've always I had a pair of 850s. They were the greatest freaking headphones I ever had, and I'm actually running a current set of A10s for when I'm playing on my Xbox. But with my monitors, you know, I'm a huge Spectre kind of guy. You know, wait, Skeptry. Wow, I said that. I pushed that. I'm so sorry, guys. But I love the curved monitors. I have a 27-inch curve. I'm actually going to be hopefully here soon, maybe getting another curved monitor to run for both of them.
Okay.
But yeah, Skeptry or Astro. Those are my go-to brands for everything. If they made a keyboard, I'd probably do that. Or I like High Ground. High Ground makes a pretty good computer. Not a
Okay.
computer. Wow, keyboard. I am. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I love to hear it. Ah,
So I'm gonna. Okay. So Miss Abby, what is your what's your go-to snack before stream or during a live stream?
you know, I'm a big lover of spicy things. I love the heat. My go-to snack for stream or while
Um,
I'm streaming, chips. I love
what,
chips.
what, what? They're special. What kind of chips are they?
They're flaming hot dill pickle chips from
Oh my
Lay's.
gosh.
I love them. They are they're fantastic. I could probably eat a whole bag in one sitting. Um,
I think
my
the
go-to.
first time we, I think the first one of the first few times we played together, you were in the background smashing some of those chips, and I was like, oh my gosh, like damn, this girl does not play.
No, I love them, and I also like bringing that ASMR kind of mukbang aspect to my stream, and my viewers love it. They love watching me eat the
Wow.
hot chips. Fanta, what about you?
Uh,
I know you've got a little health side to you, so let me hear it.
I mean, not really, but yeah. So I love eating salads. I love salads. I love salads. I love hard boiled eggs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's like a pregame ritual. If I'm gonna do a stream, I always either it's that or it's ramen. You know, a ramen. packaged ramen with a hard boiled, well, over easy egg in it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Those are my go to meals.
Very interesting. Do you have a go-to gaming drink?
I'm always a sorry, I almost laughed. I am a huge high quality H2O, ice cold kind of feller. I like me a nice cold glass of water while I'm playing.
It's important to hydrate, and I completely agree. I always have the water sitting right next to me. I mean, when you're sitting in front of a screen for 6 to 8 hours a day, you've got to stay on top of your hydration. You can't be shoving all these energy drinks and sugary sodas down into your system. We gotta equilibrate with the
H2O,
water.
H2O, H2O.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody out there, make sure you are drinking your water
Yeah,
when
stay
you are
hydrated,
gaming.
people. But don't get too
Yes.
thirsty. But so we've talked about the snacks. We've talked about our go-to equipment. So, what are your teams do you like to watch on esports?
Oh man, for CDL,
Okay,
I'm a big Florida Mutineers fan. Their past year in the CDL has been absolutely dog shit. I love them though. I will stay true to them till they are done. I love the colors. I'm a big color fan. If it's got bright, vibrant colors, you've got my attention no matter
oh
how
my
bad, how
gosh,
good you are. Um, Currently, right now, though, we had our Halo tournament this past weekend or this past week, and we saw that Cloud9 had actually overtaken Optic Gaming, and that was
that one
an
hurts to hear.
absolutely insane game. I love myself some Optic. I love myself some FaZe. But it's kind of nice to see these other teams beating out our overly hyped esports teams.
So I hate hearing that because I'm a huge Optic Texas fan. I love me some Optic. I loved Optic when Nade Shot was with them, Scump, all them boys in COD.
Mhm.
I've been a huge fan of them, and I'm a huge 100 Thieves fan too. I love some LA 100T. I can't help it, you know. I've always
For sure.
watched Nade Shot, and then when he opened up his own, I was like, man, I'm sold. So
For sure,
Optic
for
and
sure.
so yeah, I would say Optic and 100 Thieves for sure. My two, no matter what, COD or Halo, whatever it is, I'm if they're in it, I'm watching.
For sure, for sure. Fanta, we only have time for a couple more questions, but I have a question for you.
Okay.
Um, in 2021, what was your most memorable memory from your
Oh
streaming
no.
career?
So, oh my gosh, I will never forget the 5 subs that were gifted to me on a live stream one night. And I told everybody, whoever drops 5 gifted subs, I was gonna eat Carolina Reaper ramen.
Ooh, ooh,
And so one of my wonderful moderators actually, he's a huge hot sauce, hot food fanatic. He has all the peppers. He's my pepper dealer. He decided to go ahead and bring over a Carolina Reaper, and they used a mortar and pestle. They smashed it up, and they mixed it in with the ramen with this Tabasco scorpion sauce, and then decided to also not tell me before the live stream kicks off that they put a ghost pepper seasoned on it too.
ooh.
So that was a spicy way of sending myself out to 2022. But yeah, I would say that that's probably my highlight.
For
And what about
sure,
you,
for sure.
Abby?
Uh, so in 2021, I had just recently started streaming. I started probably in about October. Um, and my most memorable memory from 2021 was my first raid ever. It was so insane. I had actually got into a Val game, just an unranked game, and I always try and link my stream into the chat just to get kind of more viewers. And unknowingly, I was in the game with the co-founder of Linkin Park, Mike Shinoda. Um,
That's
and
badass.
he had actually seen my chat, and he was actually running a fundraising stream, and so he was on probably about 2 other streams, and so he had told his entire chat and the fundraising streaming sites to check out my stream. And mind you, I was literally running one viewer at the time, which is fine. I love my one viewers. But when this had happened, I was so overwhelmed with the amount of love and amount of viewers that he had brought to me. So we had finished out our game, and I absolutely played so horribly because I was so overwhelmed with the amount of people in my stream. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally playing with this famous person, and I'm playing like complete ass. And so once we had ended with that game, he had actually ended his stream, but before he ended it, he rated my channel, and I think the peak of it was 600 viewers, um,
Wow.
which was absolutely insane, and I could not be more thankful for that because it has
Wow.
grown me into the streamer that I am today and has given me the viewers and the following that I have, and that is a once in a lifetime kind of thing that you get right there.
Well, and I think the biggest thing that we need to express, though, what you were saying with the one viewer,
Mm-hmm.
is as a streamer, we go through those moments where you'll have a stream where you'll have 7 or 8 people in there 1 minute. Then the next stream, you'll have one person in there, and it's like those little things. Take those as a small battle. That,
Mm-hmm.
hey, okay, I didn't get viewers that day, but use it as that motivation to get those viewers that next day.
Yep. It's a hard grind to be a streamer, and you have to be patient with it. Your time will come, your luck will come, and just keep your eye on the prize and what you genuinely want from your stream, and you're going to achieve that.
For sure. And so I think we got room for one more question. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
So this question is: what is a milestone that you want to achieve this year with your streaming?
I think I can kind of answer for both of us. We are both on the path to partner with Twitch. I think that would just be incredible, and to see kind of like how we started and where we came from, and to be able
Yeah,
to get that growth and be able to do something like a podcast and create an opportunity for us to get our names out there more. I think it's going to be an incredible year for both of us and an incredible year for our growth. And I believe 100% that we will be able to reach partner this year.
well, and not only that, but I have a small goal. I'm trying to get up to 500 followers by the end of 2022 this year.
For sure.
And but yeah, I mean the partner push for 2022, that, and I don't know, just to become a better streamer every month.
For sure. For sure.
But
I agree.
so with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank you guys. This is your first official episode of the Rockiest Podcast with me, myself, your boy Fanto, and my lovely co host, the beautiful and always awesome.
Krabby Abby, thank you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate every single one of our listeners, every single one of our viewers. Make sure you guys stay up to date with all of our social media. We are on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you go check out the 300 Horizon website. We constantly have new opportunities opening up for people to join our team. And I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart, and Fanto as well. We truly appreciate the support from you guys
For sure.
and giving us this opportunity to do this. So we will catch you next Sunday for our next episode.
And before we go, let's give that a shout out to our wonderful sponsor who's making this happen. Our boys
I
over at
agree.
300 Horizon.
Yes, sir. 300 Horizon. Thank you guys so much for believing in us and giving us this opportunity.
And with that, everybody, we will catch you guys next Sunday for
Next
episode 2
Sunday.
of the Rockiest Podcast.
Bye, guys.
Deuces, guys.